The funny thing is, when you allow yourself freedom, you won't actually take the piss. I get it. I used to always think if I give myself that extra flexibility and I take a more flexible approach rather than being all or nothing, rather than completely cutting out carbs or completely cutting out sugar, I thought that if I had that middle ground, I would take the piss. But in truth, you won't. Because when you give yourself that flexibility and that freedom, the thing becomes that much less enticing. But the key to this is fixing your relationship with food before you focus on fat loss as the number one priority. Now, that is not to say that you cannot do both things at the same time, but for as long as you are stepping on the scales every single day, placing your worth on the scales every single day, trying to fit as many calories and as much calorie dense food into your diet just because you can, that is going to be at the detriment of your relationship with food and the progress that you see. One of the biggest worries that people generally have when they come to me is, but if I allow myself too much freedom, I go over the top. But they say this whilst also not giving themselves enough freedom, which then causes them to throw the towel in when one thing doesn't go to plan. So where is that middle ground? Your mindset. You have to have a good relationship with food before fat loss becomes your number one priority. And that is a hill I will die on. You cannot improve your relationship with food whilst seeing the scales go down is your number one priority. And your only goal is fat loss. And I'll be honest, building your relationship with food will usually result in fat loss because your eating habits are going to improve. Your nutrition is going to improve. You're going to be eating more protein. You're going to be eating more nutrients. You're going to be more satisfied, which then means generally you're going to eat less junk. You're going to snack less. You're going to have less crashes. Your nutrition is going to be more consistent. You're going to have more energy because fixing your relationship with food normally means fixing the behaviors that are actually the thing keeping you going around in the same cycle. And fixing your relationship with food whilst focusing on your habits and routines that come with that is basically your priming phase before you then move into a more specific fat loss phase. So you're still achieving your fat loss, but you're also building a good relationship with food along the way. Fixing my relationship with food without a doubt changed my entire life, and it's something that I help all of my clients do inside Empowered. So if you are watching this and you are feeling a little bit lost in the cycle of fat loss, relationship with food, your confidence, and you want to improve them all, drop me a DM and let's see what we can do.